Hi, good to see you again. This next riff is based around the pentatonic. Now, I did mention the pentatonic scale briefly in a previous lesson, but in this lesson we're going to look at it in more detail. This is what the riff sounds like. Okay, so let's learn the pentatonic scale. You have played it by now in several lessons, but we need to actually understand what it is. So this is how you do it. Put your third finger on fret 5 on the E string. So there's your A. So we're going to do the A minor pentatonic. So what we're going to do is we play that note, that's our root. Then we're going to go down to the next string and go to fret 3 and fret 5 and fret 7, and then we're going to go to the next string down, the D string, and do fret 5 and fret 7. Okay, so let's just go through that again. Start on the A note with your third finger, so that's fret 5. Then we're going to go down a string to fret 3 and fret 5 and fret 7. Next string we're going to go to fret 5 and fret 7. Okay, now when we go back to the root here, this is the most important note of the scale. That's what the scale is based upon, the A minor pentatonic. We're actually going to add a cheeky note in before it, this one here. So that's not the root note, this is the root note. Okay, so this is like a cheeky note before the root note. Okay, fantastic. Now there is a pattern here. If you can see that on this string you're playing two notes. This is the most important note. This is a cheeky note before the root. But there are two notes in this scale. On this string you have two notes. On the next string you have three notes. And on the next string you have two notes. Now if I carried on the next string we'd have three notes. Okay, so it's 2 3 2 3. There's 2, then 3, then 2, then 3. Okay, now notice wherever you start you're just dropping it back onto the next string. So this is the 3 5, the first two notes. This is the root note. Then we're dropping it back here, so we're going from 5 back to 3 on the next string. So 3 5 7. Then we drop it back to 5 and 7. Then drop it back 5 7 9. Okay, so hopefully you can see that pattern. Two notes, three notes, two notes, three notes. So you do have two notes on the first note, on the first string, but it's important to remember that the first note you play isn't the root. It's the second note that's important. Think of this note as a cheeky note. This is the important one. So we don't have to play this note if we don't want to, but keep in your head there are two notes there that you can play. Okay, so root, then we have three notes, then two notes, then three notes. Now this scale, the pentatonic scale, can be moved around. So that's in A. If I went up 2 frets it would be in B. So there's my root. I do a cheeky note before it. There's my two notes. Then I have 3, then 2, then 3, 3, 2, 3, 2, back to the root. So that would be in B. This would be in G. Here's a G. Cheeky note before it. There's my two notes. Then three notes. Then two notes. Then three notes. Okay, so this scale is one of the bread and butter scales of playing bass. the way you move around is just really, really flows. So I really encourage you to really get that scale down into your head. So the pattern is 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So this riff that we're going to play, this sequence, is basically a way to help you learn the minor pentatonic shape. We start off in A minor, then we go to D minor and E minor. So we get the pentatonic shape and we move it around to 3 different chords. So here's the A note, which is fret 5 on the E string, and then we've got a D, fret 5 on the A string, and we've also got a fret 7, which is an E. Okay, so we have an A, a D, and an E. So we have the same notes that we used in the minor pentatonic scale that I just showed you. We're going to just change the fingering slightly. So the way the riff starts is it starts on the G and it slides up to an A with your first finger. Okay, so there's the first 2 notes. Then we're going to jump to the octave of the A with our 3rd finger. And then we're going to start playing backwards the scale. Okay, like that. So let's just run through that slowly. You have 3 to 5 slide on the E string. Then we're going to jump to fret 7 with your 3rd finger on the D string. Then we're going to go backwards through the scale. Fret 5 on the D string, fret 7 on the A string, fret 5 on the A string. Then keep your first finger going onto fret 3 on the A string, and then your 3rd finger is going to finish on the A. Okay, so there's the riff. Watch slowly. Notice that we finish on a different finger to how we start. So we start with the 1st finger, but we end with the 3rd. So this is the riff up to speed. Then we're going to do exactly the same pattern on a different string. Okay, so we start on the fret 3 on the A string and we slide up to 5. Then we go to the octave, which is fret 7 on the G. Then we start running backwards through the scale. Fret 5, fret 7 on the D string, fret 5 on the D string, then pull that first finger back to fret 3, then fret 5 on the A string. So we do that sequence once, then we go back to the A riff. Okay, now the last riff is exactly like the one you just did on this string, but 2 frets higher. So it's an E that we want, so we're going to start 2 frets below that and slide up like that. So that's sliding from fret 5 to fret 7 on the A string. Then we're going to go to fret 9 on the G string, then fret 7 on the G string, then fret 9 on the D string, fret 7, then fret 5 on the D string, then fret 7 on the A string, and then we just do a riff on the A, and then we finish it by doing a quick 3-5 with different fingers on the E string. So we end on the A. Okay, so there's quite a lot going on there. Rewind the video if you need to, just to get the pattern in your head. Once you have the minor pentatonics pattern, you're just really moving it around. So you need to get the first pattern in your head, and then have a go at moving it around to the D and the E. When you get it all together, print off the tab, and we can have a go at playing it together. So let's have a go now. Okay, well done. So that's the minor pentatonic scale. We've learnt the minor pentatonic in 3 different keys there. We learnt it in A, D and E, and we stuck it all together in one sequence. If you can really nail that pentatonic riff, that'll be grand. I'll see you in the next lesson.